Hello, guys. Welcome to the Alex T. Jones Racing Podcast. Today, I've got Jenson Pritchard, a young karter going straight into Fiesta Juniors. Not only for this year, but has also raced in a few rounds. Last year, I believe, was it a few rounds? I think was it 3 for you, Jenson?
Yes, it was. So we did our first round at Silverstone National in August. Then we did Donington National, and then we did the last round of Brands Hatch as well.
That's awesome. What do you think of the tracks so far you've competed at so far?
I think Donington's like my favourite track. It's just so fast and flowing. It's just rigorating.
It's my favourite as well. So
Yeah, it is good. It
good.
makes some good racing as well.
It does, because I'm guessing you must have been the same weekend when Maggie Webster had her
Yeah,
famous.
yeah.
Anyway, so going on back to Fiestas, you're looking for a full year for this year, I'm guessing. Looking at
Yes, we are. Yeah,
awesome, and because I'm on the same paddock as you, I race in the Super Cup, Mazda Super
yeah,
Cup, sorry, and so we'll probably definitely go in seeing each other more this year, which will be good. And
yeah.
I think I haven't studied the calendars properly, but I'm guessing we're going to be at Donington and probably Snet on the same weekends, definitely. I
Yeah.
think. But yes, I would like to know, Jensen, how you got into karting when you were younger.
So it all came from. So we started watching. Do you remember Drive to Survive when it first came out?
Yeah.
We started watching that. I really enjoyed it. And then when I was 10, we went to a local indoor karting track. And in my first time, I was like top five that has ever been there. So the guys there were just like, "Oh yeah, keep coming. You'll get better, and like you'll get to first." And then eventually, I did after like maybe a couple of weeks of going. And then after that, they went, "Oh, you may as well go to outdoor karting. We think you'll be really good at it." So then we tried that. I was really good at it. And then from there, we progressed going from like, you regional karting, and then we went to national karting, like UKC and British Kart Champs. And then we spent like 2 years there just progressing through the field. And then last year, we had a choice to make whether we go on and maybe win the championship or switch to Fiestas. And obviously, we switched to Fiestas.
Good shout.
Yeah.
But I mean, were you fighting for the championship?
So the year previous, we were always like we were always too young for the class, and we joined halfway through the season, and we were already like fighting with the championship leaders. So then we thought, oh yeah, we've got a really good chance at the championship here next year. But then we decided to make the switch to cars because I was coming up to 14.
Is a very sensible choice because, as most people are aware, including in Jenson's case, the karting budgets required are getting quite obscene at the moment for most national karts in the UK. And it's only because I'm guessing, have you heard of Brad Philpotts?
Yes, I have.
Because it seems for GX UK, that seems quite sensible right now in karting, including junior Rotax. But I think you've made the sensible option to get into Fiestas, definitely.
Yeah, I think you get more value for your money in the Fiestas, like, but you're not out as much. But you defo like you pick up more from each time you're out.
Definitely, track time is everything, not just in cars, but in cars as well. Because I'm guessing, have you had many track days as well as those
Yeah,
few
I
weekends?
think we've probably done in total about 10 track days now, maybe.
That's really good. And I'm guessing if you can fight for the championship this year, it's a very good shout because as Jenson, as like the majority of us, needs sponsorship to help fund his year. And it's just a good thing for anyone to help out if they want to. Because I'm guessing for Jenson, you've got have you got like a few sponsors already so far?
No, we're doing it all off of our own. We're really looking for sponsors, but we are scraping to try and get this year.
Definitely. If anyone's out there, try and help young Jenson to fund his year. Definitely. But going back into Fiestas, I've seen you are going to be amongst the likes of Lewis Turkinson potentially for this year because I think he's still coming back out for this year.
Yeah, I think he is.
And I haven't seen who else is confirmed, but it looks like you've got a very good shout of a very competitive field of depth in there for this year.
Yeah, definitely. Like we have a couple of drivers returning to the grid from last year who were challenging for the championship, so it's going to be a tough one next year. This year, sorry, but we're definitely going to give it a shot.
Awesome. Who have you got any racing idols?
Probably Max Verstappen. I love his mindset. Like it's just on straight away.
Good shout. Because with a lot of racing in general, Verstappen's definitely got to be very well respected, even though nothing against Max or anything. I'm not his biggest fan. But,
Yeah,
but as you'll find for a lot of drivers, they'll do anything to not just get a race win, but just to get the title as well. So you've got to have your elbows out for racing.
yeah. I really like his ruthlessness. It's just he's win it or bin it for him in it, and that's a mentality you've got to have in this game, isn't it?
It is, but it's also about driving fairly as well.
Yeah.
Have you, with your karting as well, background with the Fiestas, would you say there's going to be a few from karting going into Fiestas as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Like a couple of people from our team in karting 2 years ago are definitely going to be joining Fiesta Grid, so it's going to be good to see how competitive they are and how much like karting has helped them for the cars grid.
Good. Because, like you, I actually started in indoor karting as well, but blimey, that takes me back. Because I was at Letchworth karting about 20 odd years ago. That makes me feel old. Yeah, I'm turning 33 tomorrow, so it's just like, wow. And would you, with your indoor karting experience going to outdoor, would you say you noticed a difference from both sets of karting as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's a really different driving style. Um, Indoor, you've really got to like give it some welly and like you've got to wrestle the cart, I think. Whereas outdoor, you've got to be like really smooth with it and like minimal inputs, and most of the like rotation is done on the brakes, which is quite a big thing.
It definitely is. But I'm guessing as well, have you got a sim at home as well to help you out?
Yeah, I've got a sim. Yeah,
That's good. Do you do you do much of the iRacing against other people, or do you just learn the tracks on there?
yeah, I do it against other people, but most of the time I lose my head.
As long as you don't lose it too much, you're all good.
Yeah, yeah.
Going into general motorsport, have you got any future aims for the next few years?
Well, if we can raise enough money for sponsorship, well, I'd be happy to do any sort of racing beyond this. My aim would be like touring cars or GT cars if we get enough sponsorship to do it.
Yeah, because you've got time on your hands. You're still very young at the moment, and I think you can. I think Have you got another 2 or 3 years left if you want to just compete with Fiestas, I think?
Yeah, I have, but I think if we've got a good chance of fighting for the championship this year, I think if we do, if we win it, let's hope.
Fingers
Then
crossed.
yeah, fingers crossed. Then next year and the year after, we can be doing some testing in senior cars and maybe even doing a couple of races once I turn 16.
Good. And if you didn't have, because as you've said, with it being family, money, because I'm in your same predicament as well there. If money was no issue whatsoever, what would be your ideal goal to go down?
The 24 hours Le Mans. Anything WEC related, I love it. It's just the best racing I've ever watched.
Have you been to Le Mans?
No, not yet. I want to though.
Go. It's really good. I went once in 2013 and it was such a good experience. And I'd say just go if you can.
Yeah, yeah, it does look quite good fun to go there.
Yeah, and what's really fun about Le Mans as well is if you can stay up for the whole 24 hours, it's decent because you get to see all the lights when when the cars are going by. You see the lights come before the cars, and it's just quite
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, I bet that's the experience.
Definitely. But would you, if you could have a chance, would you like to have a go in a single seater as well?
Yeah, yeah, defo if I had the chance, but I think nowadays in motorsport now it's all about the money, and
Yeah.
realistically, I just don't think it's possible for us. But if I got given the shot, I'd defo do it.
Do it. Yeah. But as as I said, you're very young, so you've got you've got a long time to go, so you're good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Is there any motorsport series you keep an eye on?
So obviously I watch the British touring cars, which is quite good. WEC, like I said. I do watch F1 on occasion. It just depends on what track they're at to see whether it gets spicy or not. Um, any Fanatec GT, they're always quite good racing to watch.
Good shouts there. Because I'm a huge Formula One fan, and for me, because I don't get a chance to watch Formula One live the majority of the time because of my work, but
Yeah,
it's just like whenever I get a chance to watch it overnight, it's just really good. But for myself, I also keep an eye on Rec as well. But it's just the amount of possibilities in motorsport. You can look at so many from not just in England. You've got series all over the world. So it's really cool to
yeah.
be in this stage of motorsport right now. And would you say out of the series you look at from Le Mans, Fanatec, would you say there's a driver which has really caught your eye? Or
Definitely Kevin Estre. He's jumps in any car, fast in any car. Same again with the mentality of Max Verstappen. I just love it.
yeah, he is definitely a driver who puts his elbows out a lot, but
Yeah,
very established driver, and you can put him in anything, as you said. Definitely, he'll be at the front. With apart from Fanatec and everything else, would you have a real? Sorry, I was trying to thought for a second. Would you say that with Fanatec, because I think they got around at Silverstone this year, I think it is, or next year. Just trying to think it is. But it'd be something good to go to if you can.
yeah, definitely. I think it'd be a good place as well to look at, like getting my brand awareness up as well, and speaking to people about opportunities. It would be a great shout to go to that. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Do you go to many motorsport events over the year, would you say?
We go to quite a lot of the BTCC because most of the time they're quite local. Um, we went to the Abu Dhabi F1 in December, and we made a holiday of it. That was quite good. But other than that, we go to like cheer on like our friends if they've gone through karting or something and we know them. We'll go to cheer on them. Like let's say they're in the minis or something, we'll go and watch them for a weekend. But other than that, that's about it.
That's good. That's quite a few actually. And when you've gone to touring cars, would you say you've got a driver there as well, which catches your eye?
Yeah, I quite like Tom Ingram. He's got a bit of personality about him. I quite like him. And obviously, last year I like Jake Hill, but obviously he's left the grid now, hasn't he? So
Yes, he's gone over to. I was going to say Le Mans then, but no, he's doing something related with WEC, I think it is. Yeah.
yeah, he is.
Hmm. So with that, there's some good drivers who you've mentioned because they've done very well over the years. Tom Ingram, as you said, just mentioned. Jake Hill had a very successful career, and the sky's the limit for any youngsters out there. I would say you've got some very good drivers to look out for, and even though there's not as many women at the high professional end at the moment, because you've just got Jerry Chadwick, which is quite good, but exciting time to be in motorsport, I'd definitely say. And have you got any other sports outside of motorsport which you quite likes to keep an eye on?
Yeah, football. I'm a big Man United fan. I always have been.
No.
Yeah. It's my whole family's big Man United fans. Like we'll go to the games. It's yeah.
I'm a Liverpool fan. But so my mum's originally from Walton in Liverpool, so that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah. So apart from football, is there anything else?
I like to keep up with like UFC and boxing. They're quite good sports. Other than that, not really, no.
There's. Have you got any other interests? Like, do you play much video games or?
Yeah, I play like FIFA, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm on my sim a lot. Like, that's pretty much every night.
That's
Um, I think that's about it, really.
good. And as you said, I'm guessing you've done Anglesey in the sim as well to prepare for the weekend as well.
Yeah, I was on it last night,
How long were you on it for?
like an hour or two.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
I'm a bit of a weird commodity because I grew up without any type of Sims. I always had a PlayStation, so it was either FIFA or COD for me when I was a
yeah,
teenager. And so, believe it or not, I'm one of the people who doesn't have a Sim at all. It's
really.
Yeah, I just rely off YouTube and actual track days because
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me, you can't replicate every same track moment at all.
yeah.
And I'm bad on a sim in all honesty. If the only time I've really tried iRacing is because I've got a Steam Deck and it's the iRacing doesn't really work on it. But the thing is, with a Steam Deck, you have no actual physical controller. So you're having to use like the controls on it, and it's like you can't do it properly because you've got your thumb on the A, and then you've got to do your throttle, and then you've got what your brake is on the
yeah.
X effectively, and it does not work at all.
No.
But yeah, it's so different showing that from God, it shows I'm old, but it shows that I'm not saying I'm from a different time, even though God, that does sound bad. It it definitely does show that you're growing up in a very good era to have all the sims and everything available for you now. And it's the same for a lot of young kids right now. You're growing up in a time where you don't necessarily have to do top level karting. You can just do the entry level karting with the sim, and I think that's the best way for you young people, for all the youngsters to actually do right now. Yeah, it's definitely a good time for everyone who's young right now to have the sim and karting. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think provides more access to like track time. I know it's not perfect, but I think it's good enough to replicate like enough track time just to get your head around circuits if you've never been to them, or just get you back into the rhythm. Um, there's definitely a lot more drivers coming from sim racing rather than karting backgrounds. It's definitely a lot cheaper that way. But I didn't start with sim racing, so I don't know how effective it is if you're starting with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure because you've got the likes of James Baldwin who won the eSIM. Was it 2 years ago? I think who is a very successful GT racer now. And trying to remember the F1 champion who won.
Uh, Jan
This,
Otmar.
that's it,
Jan
yeah.
Otmar. Yeah.
And you've also got Sebastian Job, is it? If I'm thinking right, as well.
Yeah.
And I think he was the one who Red Bull decided to try and put him into F1 car as well.
Yeah.
And that's a very good video if you haven't watched it.
I'll have to have a look at that at some point.
It's quite good because he gets into the Porsche Super Cup car as well. And it just shows that for anyone who's on the sim who wants to try and get it into real motorsport, you can do it. But it's just, as I said, for me, it's just you can't replicate every session in a sim.
Yeah, defo. I think the actual feel of the car is the most important thing that I feel I'm missing in the sim, because I like to really control the car using the feel of what the rear end's doing and stuff. Whereas it's a really different sensation when it's through your hands. It's quite hard to like transition from the sim to real life.
Definitely is. And I would say with sims as well, although you can get an awful lot of, if you want to do a wet session, which is very good, where you can learn how the car would react in a real life world, is very good because you can log so many times, and then if you want to do that reset, it's very good just to help you out.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, the wet, that's the main problem with the sim, because I think in the wet it's even more important about the feel, because you really are on the limit there and the car is going to be moving away from you a little bit. So that replication is something that the sim can't do. And even with motion simulators, I don't think that great, because they're always like a couple milliseconds behind. So it's quite hard to replicate the actual feel of the real life driving.
Definitely. And the one time I did have a go in a sim a few years ago, it was just I quite liked the feel of a real motion simulator because I went to uni a few years ago, and they had the full motion at the University of Hertfordshire, and it's just incredible because you get the feel from the pedal straight away, and then all of a sudden, because it's on the actual pneumatic way of how it feels, and you're just like going, it's completely moving around. So it's just
Yeah, it is. I have tried a motion sim and I did quite like it. It's just you're always going to be lacking a slight bit that could shave tenths off your lap time, and that's what it's all about in motorsport.
yeah. So what did you think about the last Grand Prix you watched then?
I thought it was good. Like it's good to see the cars up close, and you can just see it's a sensation of speed that you can really see from the cars. It's a different level really compared to Fiestas. Um, It was quite spread out though. That I think that was a problem with the single seaters. I always think that the racing's too spread out, whereas with closed wheels, it's always bumper to bumper, and you're always trading paint with people, which I quite like.
Yeah, you definitely are. And yeah, with when you forgot when Abu Dhabi was, I think it was only like 2 months ago. Yeah, that's it. Did you actually get to like get real close to the cars there?
Not really. We were just in a grandstand for the weekend, which I think is close enough, and we definitely weren't going to get. Yeah, we were closer to the F4s than the F2s because they were in the paddock that was just below us, so that was quite good seeing them. Um, but the F1s, it's so hard to get close to them because it's such a busy weekend.
Yeah, definitely. A few years ago, I had a chance to go to Silverstone at, I think it was 2015, and there's a driver who you might have heard of. It's okay if you haven't heard of him. He's called Dino Samparelli,
No,
and
I haven't heard of him.
fair enough. There's a video which you might really like, which is on YouTube. He's racing at Spa in the old F2s, and it's completely wet, and it's crazy. He goes down the hill and he goes through Radion and going up the hill, and it's incredible because you can't see anything. Then all of a sudden, as the rain at the top of the Kemmel Straight is there, this car just comes out of nowhere and he has to go all the way onto the grass to avoid him. And but I've never asked Dino before, but he must have had a brown pounce moment when that happened. But it is a video you should watch. It's incredible of how close everything is. But Dino had I can't remember if it was a sponsorship role or something similar, but he was involved with the hospitality section around Brooklands. And I was able to get a ticket off him for, I think it was either 2015 or 2016 when they were at Formula One. And it's just incredible just to watch from the hospitality section. Albeit it was a Friday, but it's just amazing to see how quick they can go into Brooklands. It's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think that it's really the pinnacle of motorsport engineering. Like, it's everything. It's so expensive because they're just chucking everything at it. They're really fast. Like, it's insane when you actually see them coming past you. And then not only how fast they are on the straights, it's how much they don't actually have to slow down for the corners.
Because have you seen one of the V10 F1 period cars?
Yeah, yeah, they sound amazing.
I was 2008 was my first Grand Prix at Silverstone, and honestly, have you heard them properly, the V10s?
Yeah, so we were at the 2021 Silverstone Grand Prix, and on the Friday they had the 2008 McLaren going round. It sounded mental.
The thing was as well, not only did you hear them, you felt them as they were coming. It's just that I'm not saying we should, but to have that period of racing again would be quality if we could. But because it's achievable. There's synthetic fuels available now, so we'll see what happens. And I don't know if you know Anthony Hamilton, Lewis's dad. He's trying to do a championship now, bringing old V10s and V8s back with synthetic fuel. So that'd be something interesting to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah, definitely. It's brings back the pure side of racing, doesn't it?
It does, because Formula One's about being as light as possible, but with these modern cars, they're not light at all.
Yeah, definitely. I think F1 nowadays as well, it's all about strategy, whereas back in the day it was actually about the driver's ability and the racing that they had to do.
Yeah, because have you there's some very good drivers from the 80s and 90s, and with us going back to Fiestas for a second, would you say you'd have a very good fight with the front runners for this year, if you can, possibly?
Yeah, definitely. With the experience under my belt from last season, I definitely think coming into this season I can fight for the championship this season. I've definitely got the talent to do it, and hopefully I've gained enough experience from last year to be able to do it.
I love the confidence, Jenson.
Yeah, as well. Coming into the 2026 season, we've moved from Jam Sport to Race Car Consultants. So I think we're going to have a really good chance at fighting for the championship.
They're a good team. I've not been with race car consultants before, but I've heard very good things about them.
Yeah, definitely. They're a really professional team. They're definitely a championship winning team, as we saw with Isaac Doble last year. And all the other drivers like Archie Davis, Chris Doble, who were also at the front.
Also, I've just realised, because we're now under the same management as well with Claire Murdoch at the moment, and it's very interesting, and I'm guessing she's helping you a little bit as well with trying to help with sponsors and social media as well.
Yeah, definitely. She gives me tasks to do every 2 weeks, and I've got to fulfill them. I've even got like a spreadsheet of sponsorship and who I need to contact, so that has definitely helped me.
Good. I've got that as well. I'm guessing your Excel spreadsheet is longer than like almost 200 or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
With one last thing, we definitely do want to get Jenson racing this year. And if possible, as we were saying through the show, if anyone does want to help Jenson out, it would be very beneficial for him as well.
Yeah, thank you.
And before we go, Jenson, what is your on social media for everyone to go give you a follow?
Jenson Pritchard, all is one word, all lowercase.
Sweet. Thanks, Jenson. And
thank you, Alex.
it's all right. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.